How do you conceptualize building wealth through real estate? How do you think about that process? One of my favorite conversations to have with our clients is building wealth, specifically building wealth through residential real estate, which obviously I'm biased, I think it's one of the greatest ways to do. And so there's three things that you want to consider when it comes to building wealth through real estate. The first one is understand sort of the cost structure of residential investment property. And so there's three components to it. The first is income, and that's going to be typically your rental income. There might be some ancillary income from, say, laundry income, or late rent fees, or possibly for having a pet, but the majority of it, the vast majority of it is going to be rental income. And then come your expenses, things like taxes, property management, utilities, repairs that have to happen, squirreling away money for capital expenses like a new roof or a new furnace. And the final piece is your debt service, right? How much money are you paying every month to borrow money from the bank to acquire this property and have somebody else pay it off for you, right? Which is what's the matching about building wealth for residential real estate. So those are the three things you got to think about. And then the next one you do is some math. And the math is simply taking your income, subtracting from it your expenses, and subtracting from that your cost of debt service. Now, here's the thing. If that number, when you subtract your expenses and your debt from your income, is greater than zero, you have a cash flowing property. If it's less than zero, you need to run for the hills. I don't want to hear about, well, I'm buying this for long-term equity. That's not what you do in Cincinnati. You buy in Cincinnati for cash flow, and we can talk about that. Now, the question is, well, what is good cash flow? And here is where you need a residential real estate agent who's experienced with investment property. Cash flow is a very subjective concept, and what is good cash flow is an even more subjective concept, and it's going to depend on your tolerance for risk. It's going to depend on your retirement horizon. It's also going to depend on the type of property you buy. And so if building wealth through real estate is on your mind, you absolutely want to talk with a residential real estate agent who understands investment property, consult with you, number one, on your goals, number two, on the market, number three, for your appetite for risk. And so if that's on your radar, I would definitely speak with an agent sooner than later, because the thing about residential real estate, which is why I love it so much, is over a long time prices only go up, so you want to get in while you can. That's the scoop. Talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.